Good morning, I'm Mackie Shillstone, and again, joining me is my son Spencer Shillstone, who is a certified corrective exercise specialist and performance coach. And if you've been following us over the last couple of weeks, we're starting a series over 6 weeks, which we started, this being week 3, on exercises that you can do, some called corrective exercises, to pull the shoulders back and strengthen the mid-back. In the first 2 weeks, we did some stretches, but now we're moving into what are called dynamic warm-ups that you can do before a workout to help get you ready, especially if you're doing upper body work. Spencer, what's on tap today, and why am I holding my 1-pound weights?
Well, today we're going to be doing the prone around the world back stretch. It's a dynamic stretch and it's a great warm-up to do, but these little 1-pound weights, you can actually make it an exercise with that. And you'd be surprised, how is that going to be enough to do an exercise? Trust me, when you do this, it's tiring.
Well, and that's an interesting point, because you'll see me do it without the little weights, because you don't need it, and you're going to really want to watch my thumbs, because the change of the thumbs, think about it, you know, with a pitcher, oh, how about the great pitching that LSU did to win the College World Series? It's all about pitching. I worked with the San Francisco Giants and designed their shoulder programs for 10 years. The pitcher comes in and turns, and again, it changes the rotator. So we're going to affect change in the shoulder simply by where I point my thumb. So, all right, here we go. I'm going to get down.
Go ahead.
The towel is already set.
All right. So what he's going to be doing is he's going to get down on the floor, get set, and he has a towel down there so he can support his head. That way it's just not pressed down on a hard floor. So let's start by lifting your arms up, and you want to keep them off the ground the entire time. This gets tiring. So he's coming over and he's bringing his arms in, and right about the halfway moment is when he starts rotating his thumbs down and coming in like this. So as you can see, he's coming back, and again, his arms have never touched the ground. And you want to do this about 5 times without letting your arms touch the ground. So each time he rotates his wrist, comes up, and he's doing a little motion of touching his thumb to his back, right there.
What about as I'm trying to talk in there, what about if I do a Superman? What about if I work my back extensors? What I'm talking about is the following.
All right, so when he's doing this, he's actually going to be working his lower back, making sure that that stays tight, but you want to make sure the focus is really at your mid-back.
Now I've got the weight.
Yep. So he's doing it again with the weight, and this is even harder. I mean, 1 pound, 2.5 pounds, it's really tiring, because what we're focusing on here is the endurance of the back. You can lift big and heavy, but if your arms and your back is not endurance to hold it for a long period of time, then your shoulders are going to begin to round because your back's going to get tired.
All right, the big question is, how many repetitions should I do? And when should I realize that I can use a weight versus not using one?
Well, the amount of repetitions you want to do is about 5 to 8 repetitions without letting your arms drop to the ground. If your arms are dropping to the ground, try to go for 3 to 5 and work your way up to it. Now, as to saying when you're ready to use the weights, well, you got to get past that first moment. You got to make sure that you got to be able to do it without your arms dropping. If your arms don't drop, you can go ahead and start adding some weights to that.
All right, next week, quickly, we're about to run out of time. Well, what are we doing?
We're going to be doing the scapular stabilization program with a stability ball, and I believe that this is a program that you were using with Serena Williams.
Yes, it is. And if you want to see more of this, you can go to wwltv.com and see these exercises, or maxwellnutrition.com. All of it will be there. And it's something that's going to keep you strong. I'm Mackie Shillstone, and for Spencer Shillstone, we'll see you next time.
Have a good one.